show. It's, it's something that needs to be heard out in Atlanta and all around. We have a young man by the name of Antoine.
Antoine Lawrence.
Yes, and also a young man by the name of Andrew Green, which he is actually my son and from the Bay Area. And it's actually really, really different between Atlanta and the Bay Area, San Francisco Bay Area. And so there's a lot to be heard. There's a lot of questions that need to be answered. There's so many answers that people are afraid to hear. So these two gentlemen are going to educate us on the proper etiquette in that world, that lifestyle, and everything. So this is going to be a really good show.
It's definitely going to be some real talk. If you are not ready for it, get ready.
Okay?
Because it's coming.
All right, that's real talk. Welcome back to Future Vision Real Talk.
With April and Taylor.
All right, we're here.
And we would like to welcome our first guest, Antoine Lawrence. Welcome.
Thank you, welcome, thank you.
Okay, thanks for coming here because this is definitely a hot topic here. There's so much that we want to be educated on. There's a lot of questions that I want answers to, so like I said, I'm just going to let this be a no host. If there's something that we, step on that you're not comfortable with, just let us know, but I'm going to definitely ask the questions, okay?
And I'm definitely have some questions for you as well.
All right, so to start it off, like I said, I'm basically from, California, Bay Area, San Francisco. The whole gay, lesbian scene out here in Atlanta is just something totally different. And so, first of all, I want to thank you for, being, coming here to be so candid and stuff. So let me just start off with asking you, okay, are you gay? Are you drag? Are you, how do you label
Bisexual?
How do you label yourself?
I'm gay, I like men, so strictly men. I'm not checking for a woman.
But does a woman,
I consider myself gay. I like men. I'm not checking for a woman.
at all? At all? Oh, okay, so,
You're so handsome. You're just
okay, you don't look gay.
at all.
So my question to you would be, how does gay look?
Well, gay to me is like it doesn't necessarily mean that those that wear women's clothes, it's like I can just tell that he's gay. There's something feminine about him. So that's
it
what,
could be even the way he speaks, or
Right.
the way he just carries himself, the way he just, his gestures.
his
the way he
gestures are
talks.
more it's like we can say, oh, he's gay. But just looking at you, just as far as your attire, just your demeanor, there's nothing that says gay. So, we're just trying to, figure out, so we can stop labeling.
Well, how does gay look? That's my question.
All right, if you can just kind of let us know, so I'm not because I don't want to stereotype anybody, but what's gay? You do not look gay. Okay, I have a gay son,
Okay.
all right? And when I look at my son, well, from time to time, I mean, I know, but there's sometimes where I look at him and he looks gay to me.
And then there's sometimes you can look at Andrew and he doesn't look
And he
gay.
doesn't look
I've
gay.
seen Andrew coming from the gym and was like, what?
And then you would know, if you see him in his bra, like coming from the gym, you wouldn't think he was gay, all right? And this is what I'm trying to figure out. Now, do you always dress like this?
I always dress like this.
You dress like a man.
I mean, you sound like a man. There's no different pitch in his voice.
There's nothing about you that says that you have a relationship with another man.
Well, let me ask him this. Are you just coming out being gay? You've been like this since you were little?
I've
Yes.
been gay since I was born.
Since you were born?
Are you serious?
Elementary school,
Preschool.
preschool. And let me ask, now, your parents, did they know that you were gay?
My father was gay, actually.
Gay, okay, as in out of the closet when he was with your mother?
He was on the DL. That was during the 80s, so that's when the DL was real. That's the real DL. During that time, that was when, you had a wife, or you had a baby mama, or you had a girlfriend. You know what I mean? There were no, the avenues that gay men have now as far as, the phone applications, the internet to meet someone, or, that was the real time, the DL.
Why?
Well, in my opinion, I've been gay since I can remember, since around preschool. And you asked, what did my parents think? Well, my father was gay. He was what you would consider DL. I was born in the 80s, and that was the time of the real DL. I think we use the word DL, the trade, too loosely, but that was the real time of the DL.
Okay, now, let me ask you this. You said as young as basically elementary.
Preschool.
Preschool. Did you know what gay was? what makes you right now, as a grown man, can say that you knew that you were gay as a
I
child?
mean, when in preschool, you know, I liked girls. I had a crush on, you know, females, but I also had crushes on little boys.
When you say
That's
crush, what do you want to
I thought they were cute. I thought, you know, I remember growing up, whenever the new guy would come to school, remember, like, you know, when you were growing up as little girls, a new boy would come and everybody's like, like, they get, you know, excited. In my head, I got excited too, and I wanted him to be my best friend. So.
Okay, well, no, this is something that is interesting when you just said it, because the men or the young boys will walk in and it made you happy as well, right? Now, what makes that make you gay? Because as a woman, okay, we're just open. Okay, oh, she's cute, she's pretty. That doesn't make me lesbian.
No.
I mean, when my little girlfriends.
I wanted him to be my boyfriend.
How-
In my head. I mean.
At what age?
At what
At what
age
age
did you think that a
Um,
boyfriend is what you wanted to hold his
5.
hands and walk with him home?
Well, you know, it's that feeling you get, like you're attracted to someone. You know when you're attracted to someone, even if you're a little kid and you're attracted to an adult, you know, older, you know, somebody that you know, whether it's your mother's boyfriend or something, that's the feeling I had. You
So,
know?
wait, so when you go home and play, are you playing with dolls or are you playing with trucks?
I played with trucks, but that was a moment when I did play with dogs.
You pick
I
the
like
girls
that
up, the
part.
dolls in the
Yeah.
truck. All right. Okay, but, all right, okay, that's just interesting because, so basically what you're telling me, and I get what you're saying because as a parent, I knew that my son was gay when he was in elementary. I already knew. It's something that you know, your parents can be in denial all they want, okay? But I knew that my son was gay and would be gay, you know, as he got older. All right, so what?
So you're saying you knew your son was gay in elementary. When did your parents find out or kind of figure out that you were gay?
I think, see, it's different, and every case is different.
Mhm.
You know, like, one of the things that you keep saying is, oh, you don't look gay, and what you're doing is basically saying I'm masculine, you know, to you, and we've been programmed to think that gay has to deal with femininity, which is not true. To be honest with you, when I was growing up, I was feminine. I was like a little queen, as we would say, but I grew out of it, you know, and I grew out of it basically being around, like, my older brothers or uncles more, or being put in sports.
Is it because they teased you?
Yes.
And they're like, don't be like that around
You
us?
know what, honestly, I was teased in elementary, and they would say, you walk like a girl, you do this, and I'm like, well, you know, I literally remember being in the mirror, like, trying to teach myself how to walk.
As a man or a
As a
woman?
man.
Okay.
You know, because I didn't want to walk feminine. You know, I was shaped a little different, I had a little big butt, you know, and I was kind of like that, so I had to kind of work on my mannerisms. I taught myself how to
like
work.
a man.
Like a, what I
You're
thought
born a
was
man and you had to work on trying to be a man.
Mhm.
Amazing.
But, you know, that comes from not having, you know, I was around all women. You know, I was around my grandmother. You know, my father wasn't, you know, in my life. You know, I had a stepfather that wasn't really there. You know, so my mom, she would get ready, get her, how my hair look? Did these shoes go? You know, so all of that, you know.
Okay,
that plays
well,
influence.
I want to just push this on because there's so many topics that I want to hit
I
on.
have one quick question.
Okay, go ahead.
Can I ask you this? Did you used to watch your mother get dressed, like put on her makeup and do her hair?
Yes.
And
Yes.
And to you, when you would watch her do that, is that something like, oh man, just you wanted to do that, or just something you just enjoyed watching her do? Because, and I'm asking that because my son, my 2-year-old watches me, but I don't think nothing of it. My 13-year-old watched me too.
I can't really say that I remember watching my mother get dressed all the time, but I do remember Saturday mornings, because she didn't have a babysitter, I would go with her to the hair salon. So I would be wide awake, you know, watching the lady do her hair. So I just found it interesting. And, you know, my mom, when she come out of the dryer, she'll be like, how does it look? I'm like, well, tell her to comb it that way. You know, and my mom's like, well, my son wants me to comb it that way, so she would listen. So even to this day, my mom's like, you know, I'm a diva, how does this look, you know, so.
All right. We're going to press on because, like I said, there's just, this can go all day. And there's just so many topics I want to hit on. Out here in Atlanta, there's a whole lot that's going on, and that's just hidden and parties, and I don't know what you call them, are they sex parties or what? You know, there's just
Exclusive private
these
parties.
exclusive private parties that I've been hearing about, and that deals with straight men. gay men? I mean, is this a
Bisexual,
facet in the gay community? Is this, I mean, you know, and then it brings up, you know, the AIDS, that, you know, just everything that comes, I mean, can you like, do you know anything about this, or?
Well, there are, yeah, that's one of the things that go on in Atlanta a lot. There are a lot of sex clubs, just like you would go to a club. There's a couple of clubs here in Atlanta where you pay to get in. You know, you have some serve drinks, and you stand around nude, and you drink, and everything else goes on.
Now, Antoine, when you go to these quote sex clubs, right? When you pull up to them, does it say sex clubs, or would the average person like myself would honestly think it's a regular club?
You probably would think it was an abandoned building.
Oh, all right.
Wow. So, and we would think it's an abandoned building, there's no writing on it, or
Sometimes
is
there's
this
no
is
way.
purposely done like this for maybe people who are on the DL that know about it to come, or just people don't want it to know?
I mean,
that
you
kind of
said
club?
you go in there, and what is this, just a whole lot of,
Somebody working the door, you know, with a, you know, register, like, you know, when you get in the club, you stand or you get a ticket
okay, and the purpose for going into it is to have sex?
to have sex.
So
to
it's,
have
it's like a,
Buffet.
Oh, buffet. I would like to
all
look
you
at
can
this.
eat, all you can
Can
eat.
eat.
For just $5.
Better than Golden Corral. Is that just for men? Like,
Okay,
women
now
go.
let me ask you this. Do straight men go there?
Straight men go there. If they're straight, I mean, I don't, if they were straight, they wouldn't be there.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Men
put
with
it
wives
straight.
and girlfriends go there.
Okay, so
So like a
men,
swingers club.
so it's a swing.
No, swingers would basically be when it's you would have a female there. There's no females allowed.
Okay, well then does a gay couple walk into the building
Gay couple.
and share each other with other people?
Yes.
So they're swinging.
Yeah.
Well, okay, you say you stand around naked. Do you have to be naked?
Okay.
Some you have to be naked, and some you just can be in your underwear.
And why do they have to be naked?
Because if you're naked, the more skin you show, the more aroused you get and want to.
So are you guys sizing people up?
They're sizing people up.
Do you go?
No, I've been once before.
And have you participated?
I watched.
You watched. So do you have to take your clothes off to watch?
I was in boxers.
Did it turn you on?
Some of it did, but some of them just like, okay, that's a little bit too much for me.
So is it raunchy?
It's raunchy.
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 Now let me ask you this. Does the business sector, are they in there as well?
The business,
Meaning people that.
Corporate?
of course.
Black,
Of course.
African American, white.
Everyone.
The other cultures, they do theirs in the gym.
In the gym?
In the
As
gym. In the sauna gym.
at the open gyms, like for instance, a real quote gym,
The gym.
the gym.
The gym.
And is it under the, what do you call it, the down low? I mean, how do you go to the gym and have sex in the sauna? And here I am a man, and I walk into that sauna, do you like, oops, do you cover it up, or it's like, this is what happens
This
here?
is what happens here.
Shut the front door.
Mhm.
All the
Oh,
way.
all right.
So let me ask you a question. Do you have a partner?
Yes, I'm for it.
How long have you all been together?
6 months.
But
Known each other for about 2 years.
Now, you guys committed, or are you
We're-
open
we're
to?
committed.
You're committed, okay.
is it safe sex?
It's safe sex.
Do you see yourself, or have you ever been with a woman? Let me ask you
Yes,
that.
I've been with a woman in high school, college.
Did you
It's
have,
been about 4 years since my last girlfriend.
so did she pleasure you?
She did, it was cool.
So you're bi?
Nah.
Or did you say
You
bi?
wouldn't be with a woman? He said bye-bye.
Bye, bye. Yeah.
So you couldn't see yourself being with a woman?
Nah, I get bored. It's not gonna work. I mean, and you know, with my last girlfriend, this is when I was like, okay, this is it. You know, we're at the park, and she had kids, and we're playing with the kids, and then, you know, this guy's running with his shirt off, and she like, damn, and I'm like, oh.
That's okay. So you're looking at the man
Me
that
too,
she's,
yeah, so,
okay.
you know.
So it's getting boring
Yeah.
being with a woman?
Yeah.
Is it the sex?
I mean, it just.
It's just something totally
It's just
different?
totally different.
You
It's
just
totally
can't
different.
explain it.
Just can't explain it.
That's interesting. Now let me ask you this. Can you define drag? The ones that wear women's clothes, are anybody that wears women clothes, are they a drag, or is drag a name because they perform on stage?
I mean, to be honest with you, that's like an area that I'm not familiar with. I mean, and see,
That's
that's the
more
thing
like-
that when people, you know, they categorize, they throw all, like, for example, Hispanic, you know, some people are like, oh, you from Mexico or you from Puerto Rico? No, I'm Colombian. You know, just because I'm gay or homosexual, I don't know, that's a whole nother sector. That's not even my area, I don't even know.
Well, you guys don't like come together
No, there's no
as
coming
a
together.
union?
No,
And-
there's prejudices within each other on that.
Oh,
So,
really?
Yeah.
So when they have the big gay pride weekend here, because that's big in Atlanta that they have
Mhm.
every year, do you participate in that? Do you-
It's not like we're walking down with, you know, bracelets. That's more of a Caucasians do that with the rainbow flags and all. That's not done in
Is that
Atlanta.
like a California thing, because they definitely go
Yeah,
all out?
that's not here. More, and to be honest with you, gay pride is kind of, in Atlanta, is not really popping anymore.
Okay, so what are you proud of? Why are we wasting our time watching you march, talking about your gay?
I don't march.
No, not you per se, but
Yeah.
just as a whole. What's the reason
I don't know why
for
they
it?
march. I don't, that's a totally,
So you have no clue?
I have no clue what they're doing.
Okay, so you just stay in your box, other gays stay in their box,
Exactly.
and so I would just have to go through a whole lot of boxes to get all the information that I want.
Exactly.
Wow.
Well, Andrew, listen, if you don't mind, just hanging out with us for a little bit longer, we're actually bringing on another guest, and Antoine. Sorry, Antoine, we're actually bringing on another guest. Andrew, thank you so much.
Okay.
April.
Yes,
This is just so
it's just so
exciting.
much, yeah, so
Okay.
we'd like to get some feedback from him as well. Take a little short break, and we'll be right back with our next guest, Andrew Green.
Okay.
All right. Welcome back. We have a hot show, hot topic today. First, let me introduce Andrew Green here with us. This is my son. Andrew, thank you for coming here.
No problem.
Appreciate it. We're gonna,
Wait, just in case you guys have missed the beginning of our show, today our segment we're talking about gays, open gays in the community here in Atlanta, open in the closet, DL. But if you missed the show and you're tuning in now, hold on to your seats because we actually, again, we have Andrew on board now. It's just getting juicier and juicier by the minute.
okay, and I want to first say, like we were talking earlier and stuff, I as a mother, I knew that my son Andrew was gay, you know, before he knew, I'm pretty sure, at a very young age. And so, and it's really interesting because I'm finding out that there is just I don't even know how to say it, maybe you can help me. There's just so many facets of this community of gays. I personally have never ever, and I'm still trying to figure it out, I've never seen my son with a man, period. He doesn't hold hands in public, he's not with them in public, and so I'm always trying to figure out, is that another type of gay? Now, Andrew, so I'm going to, if you can kind of let the audience and your mother as well know, what kind of gay are you?
I would say I'm just a normal, I feel like I'm a normal guy on my own style, but I just kind of,
But you have to categorize, I mean,
He's a cutie pie, I
Thank
can tell you that.
Okay, but what I'm trying to figure out is that, like Andrew has, you know, a lot of gay friends that come, you know, to our home and stuff, that they come with their boyfriends, when we're out in public, they're holding their hands, they embrace, they kiss, and this and other. And I personally have never ever seen you hold hands. You one time told me that I don't get down like that. And so,
Or is it a respect that you have for your mother, something you just choose not to do around her, even though?
oh, no, that's not it at all. I just kind of, I just hang out. I hang out in the gay community. I have a lot of gay friends, but I just haven't found anyone, I guess.
But she's saying never, you've
Well,
been gay
no.
since you were little, she's saying she's never seen you
Well,
with a guy.
when I'm out, like, I've been out, like, I make out at the club here and there, but I'm not going to make out with anyone who I don't know. When I go out to the gay clubs and I go to the strip clubs here, I just, you know, I become friends with the people, and it's kind of like more of a friendship, but if you hang out after, whatever kind of goes down will go down, kind of deal, but,
so are you basically,
but I'm not going to bring that home to my house.
See, and maybe that's what it is, because Andrew never brings anybody home. And after all these years being at, what, you're 26, like I said, I've never seen my son with another man. And
But like I said, I get most of my play at the straight clubs anyway, like, I stopped going to gay clubs since 21.
yes, he has. And,
So-
and here's the other confusion, he doesn't go to gay club,
I go to-
and he loves women. All right?
Is it that
And-
you just enjoy being around them, hanging out with them? Because
I just get a lot of attention from men, older men specifically, older white men. Like every guy I've looked at has been like older white guy. I'm from California. You know, he always has a wife, kids, family. It's always on.
hold on, stop the press. Hold on. You just said something that just really ruffled a feather. You said wife,
Mm-hmm.
and they're interested in wanting to get to know you,
Mhm.
Chuck?
And that I do know for a fact.
And you have entertained them in knowing that they're married. And
Mm-hmm.
see, this is what I'm talking about. See,
And this is why women, okay, those of you that are married and you think you're so concerned about the other women, you
No.
need a check,
Yes.
okay? You need to be concerned about the other man, all right?
It's probably someone at your son's high school, the high school or college. If you have kids that are in high school and college, it's probably someone that knows your son, that knows your kids.
Okay, so I have to ask you this question. So when the married men come to you, why is it just something that they have inside? This is a desire for them? Are they
Mhm.
bored at home? Like you said, women bore you. But
Mhm.
why?
Their
I
home
mean,
life is always pretty much up in smoke. Like
And
always.
so can you like tell us why are they not seeking out a woman versus a man?
Because most of the time they tell me I remind them of themselves when they're younger. And now it seems like they're older now and they can't really wild out like I can or be so flashy. But as long as they can be somewhere around it, like they'll pay for everything, they'll give me money.
So Andrew, let me ask you, do you sleep with these married men?
Sometimes yes, sometimes no, it depends on how the night is.
All right, now this question is for both of you guys, okay? It's religion, and I know that's a, touchy subject and stuff. Now, according in the church, all right, you guys are going to hell, okay? Let's just keep it real, all right? So, now, when you're in church, and do you feel like what you're doing is wrong, that you have a right to be in there? And when you hear the ministers and they're talking about, men and women, God made Adam and Eve, when you're sitting there, do you feel like this is time I get up and leave? Or do you feel like, you know what, I really want to raise my hand and correct this man up here that's ministering in this congregation
Or do
right
you
now?
feel as being like gay, you still be able to walk into the pearly gates of heaven?
Definitely, yeah. For one, I look at it as when there's the 10 Commandments and there's the things you're supposed to do and not supposed to do. You have that intuition of like, you're doing something wrong. Like when you're going to steal something from somewhere or do someone wrong, you have that feeling on the inside. It's just automatic. No one has to teach you it. It's just inside of you saying like, you're not supposed to steal. When you see a fight, you can see people fighting in high school on the streets, and you just know like, when you see people fighting, you know it's just something you're not supposed to do because it's built within us. Like, I would have that feeling if it was a guy. If I had that feeling when I'm attracted to a guy or someone or a guy that I like, I would get that feeling. I don't get that feeling.
Okay, so when you walk in church, you feel you're going straight to the pearly gates? You don't feel like,
No,
why?
no.
It's all in the Bible.
Well, because it
that-
says in the Bible to love, to love your neighbor, your brothers like as your neighbors.
But they didn't mean physically.
No, they didn't. But I rather it says you better love than hate. So.
And what's your take on it?
Well, my concepts of religion or participation is totally different. I grew up hardcore Pentecostal, but I study everything. I'm really deep, so I don't even follow that. So that absolutely means nothing.
So it was
to
just
me.
pointless. So your mother
It wasn't
sent you-
pointless growing up. Growing up, I was really deep involved in the church, and
But you
the
were
reason
deeply
why
gay.
I was fighting it, and I was trying to get delivered from homosexuality and
So
fighting.
you
my
really
demons.
Okay,
want
so-
to be gay?
No, at first, no, I didn't want
So
to
did
be
you go
gay.
to church and tell them that I'm gay and I'm looking at little
Oh, no,
boys
no.
and can you save me?
Oh, no, man.
Then how were you trying to save yourself in church then? If nobody knew that you needed to be saved?
I would pray all the time,
Silently.
silently, being on the DL.
So
I was
actually
always-
nobody could help you, so that's why
Nobody
you're gay
knew.
today.
That's why I'm gay. I don't think it's a problem that I needed help. I had to come to realization that those concepts wasn't necessarily true. That's something that man made up. And if somebody said, oh, God told them that, how do I know? I need to have my own personal relationship with what I consider as God. So when I really did that and I didn't let what people tell me or what somebody said they wrote in the Bible when I did more research. and
Okay, so
realized my things
basically
was written.
everybody in church has wasted their time because everybody, if they took your concept, was like, I don't care what the minister is saying, I believe this. So everybody believes whatever, so the Bible is kind of pointless.
if you
Where
wanna
most
get-
ministers are touching little boys anyway.
Anyway,
We're all
you
just
know what
like,
I'm saying? I was.
Have they touched you guys?
I know.
That's like-
oh,
I'm just asking.
Wait a minute, hold on, I see you whispering. You know a pastor, we're not saying no
I'm not gonna say
names,
it, yeah.
but you know a pastor that has touched you,
Oh, not me, but some others.
that has been touching on some kids.
Okay, and now are there any of the straight men in the
And
church
wait
that?
a minute,
These
but
are
we've
straight.
had that issue in Atlanta just recently with a very well-known
And I always do this.
bishop, pastor. It was all on the news. touching
Okay, so
some
everybody, this is just, so, for us women, should we just be, you know,
I think
mean,
women should be aware. I think every woman, just like every
Can you-
woman
can
needs a
you-
gay
can you-
male.
Can you talk directly to our viewers when you say that, please? The women need to be aware.
I think women, I think you need to be aware. You know, this is why I'm honest with myself. And I think that a lot of men are just not honest with themselves. Even if they're calling themselves straight, they're not straight. You know what I'm saying? They're not. You know what I mean? They might be bisexual or they might have a fantasy, but, you know, like my last girlfriend, I told her, you know, because I was like, well, I think we can work it out. I feel like I'm bisexual at this point. And she was like, okay, that's not what I want to hear, but let's just try to make it work. And then after a while, I'm like, you know, I can't do this because I don't think that I can fulfill you, you know. And I have a few friends who are ministers and they're gay. They're gay. but
are they gay in a gay church or? are
No,
they-
they're gay. They're married and they have kids, but they're gay. And I get mad at them all the time. I'm like, I think you should.
Wow.
So listen, we don't mean to cut this short, but this is definitely going to be continued. This is definitely a part two. Because I still feel like we haven't even touched the surface. There's so much that needs to be heard. There's so much that we need to it's so many more questions. So many more questions.
There's
we
so
need to
many
ask.
that
and I have some
I-
other friends I like to bring too.
Okay,
So,
because I
it's-
just know through my son that he has walked in so many different type of gays. I'm just confused. It is just, I mean, it just put you all in the blender and make a drink. This is just okay.
So,
Maybe a fruity one.
we want to thank Antoine and Andrew for being on our show today.
Yes.
We appreciate you guys for tuning in once again with Real Talk.
And let me
With
say this,
April and Taylor.
is it okay for gay men to be married, knowing that they're married, but behind closed doors, they dipping and dabbing?
Is that okay?
Or, wait a minute, or is it swinging?
Okay or not okay? Tweet us at RTLK April Taylor. It's been Real Talk today.
Real talk, love it, okay.
Okay. Thank you guys so much again for tuning in with Real Talk with
April?
and Taylor. Make sure you follow us on Twitter with that okay or not okay at RTLK April Taylor. And also check us out on livestream.com/April and Taylor.
This has been amazing. Thank you, Antoine. Thank you, Andrew. And we will have a part 2 to this because there's a whole lot more.
Can't wait to have you guys back.
Can't wait to have you back. Thank you so much. Did you guys enjoy this? Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, it was good.
Okay. And so we're
I'm
looking
gonna
forward
start
to bringing
bringing,
it
I'm
back.
gonna call Lashes.
Yes, the drag queens that you introduced me to.
So let me ask you, so when Andrew was talking about
In the bay. This is my story. Life is what you make it. Nothing given to you, gotta take it. This is my story. The life I chose. You live, you learn, and that's the way life goes.
We'd like to interview We'd like to introduce. Okay,
No,
so
redo that.
we'd like to introduce our
Wait a
first.
minute, I wasn't even talking at the same time.
Okay, we'd like to introduce our first guest tonight. We have Tour Level Apparel with the owners Gary Moore, Alvino Sanders, and Cedric Muse.
This is a custom suit made by Tour Level. As you see, the gentleman, he has a white spread collar shirt on, the skinny tie, which is coming in for this summer. The suit is custom tailored to fit the gentleman. We do offer those custom suits as well as off-the-rack suits. a signature tour level sports coat. Here we see the gentleman, he's wearing the red collegiate bow tie, accented with the green and blue, which plays off nicely with the sports coat. And as you can see, we have our tour level logo on the pocket, which blends perfectly with the pants.
It's nice.
Our next model, as you see, he's wearing another custom suit by Tour Level. And this one is accented with another signature piece of Tour Level, which is the ascot. Some of you are not familiar with that. That's something that Tour Level is bringing back. As you see, his color is money green. This next gentleman, he's also wearing a custom piece by Tour Level. As you see, he's wearing a pink shirt with the pink and black collegiate, oh I'm sorry, this is paisley. Paisley tie accented with the pocket square. And you know what they say, real men wear pink.
That's right. Nice.
We take appointments. If anyone wants to be custom fitted, we will come out and we will custom fit them to their size. The suits usually take about 4 to 6 weeks to come back, but it's tailored to your size. This next gentleman we see, he's wearing a suede jacket. He's also wearing a ascot, but as you see, we tie it a little bit differently. Ascots can be worn in several different manners. This actual tie that he's wearing, we created ourselves. We created that look ourselves.
Okay, did you also make the hat?
Go back to some of the old school, you know, country club looks,
Yes.
where you saw a lot of ascots, a lot of jackets, sports coats, things of that nature. This next gentleman, as you can see, he's wearing one of our off-the-rack suits. We do carry those as well.
Okay.
And his suit is also accented by a purple ascot and a purple pocket square. This is another one of our custom suits. He's wearing a cut back shirt, pinstripe, with one of our signature ties.
Now, when it comes to the fabrics, do you guys supply the fabric, or do you take the client out so they can?
Fabrics for their linings, pick out the fabrics for their shirts. They can really custom make the suit any way that they want. If they want workable buttons on the jacket, however many pockets they would like, we provide that as well. This next gentleman, he's an up-and-coming recording artist out of Africa. He's wearing our cardigan, one of our Tour Level signature cardigan sweaters, accented with the bow tie and the rider hat. As you can see, our Tour Level logo is on the back of the rider. But those are some of our signature pieces that you see with the Tour Level logo on them. And I believe that
Gary, you guys have a very distinctive look. Can you just elaborate a little bit more about, you know, how you guys came about this look and your reason and rhyme behind it?
Yes, our golf look, well, our line is based off a golf theme. Back in the day, from the aristocrats from Europe, We took that look and mixed it with American look. So we blended the two. So it's got a rich country style club flavor to it.
Okay. I see that you brought two of your models up with you. Special guest T. Nice and Nisby.
NOSB.
Nisby. Tell us a little bit more about why you chose these two guys to come up and speak with us today.
Well, sure. For the first model that we have, this gentleman right here, his name is NOSB.
Okay.
He's an up-and-coming recording artist out of Africa.
Oh, wonderful.
He's very popular, has a huge following. He's here in the United States now.
Okay.
Okay, and I understand, NOSB, did you do a American Idol type audition, and I hear you kind of took it off the charts. Can you tell me a little bit about it?
Yeah, when I was 12 in 2010, I won a big contest, and I was called Superstar, and I had really over 1 million of votes, and that's how the story started, and it was really great. That was a blessing for me, and that was in my country because I'm from Congo.
Okay,
Yeah.
so is that really what launched your singing career?
Yeah, I was singing before with my brothers, but that was like when I got my fans for the first time. It was really, really a great thing.
Wow. And from my understanding, from that win, you were able to record a song with Akon.
Yeah, the winner had to record a song with Akon, and that was my best experience.
Wow.
Okay, we're going to be able to have the pleasure of hearing a little bit of what you do tonight.
Yeah.
Okay. And we also have T. Nice, correct?
Correct.
Oh, tell us a little bit about T. Nice.
T. Nice, he's an up-and-coming model, but he's also a motivational speaker.
Okay.
He tours around the country doing speaking engagements. So we chose him as well as he has a very dashing look.
Okay.
Ladies love that tall, dark, and handsome.
And little Bird told me that you do spoken words?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And so can we hear a little bit of you tonight as well?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Could you let our audience know how they can get in touch with you and website, Twitter,
Yes,
get
sure.
information?
Facebook, they can reach us with Tour Level. Instagram, Mr._Tour Level. And also Twitter, Tour Level Flow.
Well, it was a pleasure having you guys on the show today. We look forward to having you guys back again, and we definitely look forward to hearing a little bit of Mr. T. Nice spoken words and Mr. NSB. To do a little single. He has a single called Net. Okay. And then
Once again, we look forward to seeing more of your fashion and hearing you spoken words, and I can't wait to get your CD. Okay? Taylor, who's our next guest tonight?
Our next guest would be Miss Lolita Alonso.
Is coming up, so we do a lot of collection pieces for prom season. And this is what I call a casino look. Kind of has that tuxedo feel to it. Fun, flirty, and it has a little bit of wild structure
like
to the side. Yeah, a little sexy back out.
Are these all your creations?
Yes. These are nice. And then we have Aaliyah. She's wearing a nice evening gown. It's a wrap. It's kind of a false wrap. It looks like a wrap, but it actually zips up the side, and it's got a nice braided detail. A little sexy opening in the front. So if you're going to a red carpet event, something like this would really be nice for that. Your models are very beautiful. Thank you. You're doing a good job. And next we have Tamesia. She's wearing a champagne jersey, one sleeve dress. As you can see, it has a little bit of side sleeve detail there. We add a little bit of the gunmetal look.
Wow.
Just to get it. And then she's got that sexy slit on the side. You want to get a little flirty there? Oh, yeah,
I love the bag.
Yeah, a lot of my pieces, they'll start out one way and then you think that they're done with it, but when they turn around, it's not over. It's not over. And next we have Tashanta, and she's wearing, it's a two-piece outfit. It's actually a dress jumper underneath, and then it has the overskirt, real flowy and flirty and fun. for the summertime. You know, if you kind of want to be like the guest of honor, she can actually take that skirt off and, you know, maybe wear it with some other things, you know, put it with some leggings. And next we have Maya. She's wearing a purple, kind of semi-similar to the last one that we had, but it has a little bit more detail at the neck. And it's shorts instead of the skirt, a flowy, flirty bag. Make like good outfits for like destination weddings. You want your bridesmaids to have something different. They can definitely do that too.
Oh, wow.
And this is another piece from our prom collection. It's made out of a black satin. It has a sequin detail at the chest area, little futuristic shapes going on there, and a bubble bottom. Very Paris. Yes. Really nice. If you want to do something different and not be like the rest of the people, then yeah, you want to have one of these for sure.
Beautiful.
Hey, this is where our fashionista starts, you know? This is Brianna, and she's wearing one of our, this is more like a Easter outfit, I would say. You could do it for that, or she could do it for a party. Say if she's turning 7 years old, 8 years old, she has a party, then she can be the eye of the world.
Oh, wow. Another little cute.
Yes, and then we have Charlize, well-seasoned model. She is wearing another one of our Easter collections. As you can see, it has a nice little movement of the petals at the bottom of the skirt. And this is a fun outfit. You know, if you're going to a birthday party with a friend, or if she wants to go, she can wear it to church.
Very professional.
Yes, thank you.
Adorable.
I think that's our last one.
Oh.
Everybody wants everybody out. If they can all come.
Miss Lolita Alonso.
Lolita, could you please introduce us to your beautiful models? Yes, we have Brianna DeSouza, we have Crystal Thompson, and we have Tashante Small. Now, the little one. Yes, we have Brianna DeSouza, we have Crystal Thompson, and we have Tashante Small. Now, the little one, Brianna, how old are you?
7.
And how long have you been modeling? You seem such like a professional out there.
5.
You've been modeling for 5 years? And how old are you?
7.
Okay, you seem so comfortable out there. You like modeling a lot?
Yes.
When you grow up, what do you want to be?
A princess.
A princess.
You already are a princess. You're going to have Miss Lolita Alonso design all your princess dresses? Okay, and we have Miss Crystal?
Yes.
Lolita?
Yes, Crystal's been modeling for me probably I'd say about 3 years now. We actually just finished doing a show probably about a week ago. She's a really, really good model. Now, is this your dream? You know, this is part of my dream. Okay. This is definitely part of my dream. And you've been modeling for how long now? 12 years. 12 years. Very good. You look absolutely stunning out there. Thank you.
Definitely wearing that outfit.
Thank you. Yes, she represented well. She definitely did. And our last guest? And then we have Tashante Small. She's been modeling for me as well, probably about 3 or 4 years now. Okay, now, is that your desire as well? Yes, ma'am, it is. Okay, and professionally?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
You kind of remind me of one of the, what is it called, America's Next Top Model.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried out?
Actually, I auditioned for them 5 times.
5?
5 times, yes, ma'am.
And you have not made it yet?
Not yet, but when it's my time, it's gonna be.
It's
there.
gonna
Oh, it's
happen.
there?
There you go.
Oh, it's in the future?
Well, you definitely had the look, so.
You have my vote.
That's all that matters, right?
That's exactly.
Lolita, where can everybody find, how can they get in contact with you? Because I'm sure our viewers would love to know how to, be able to reach out to you to maybe get
Yes,
some.
please reach out to me.
Signs
You
made.
can contact us. We're on the web. It's www.lolitaalonzo.com, and we're also on Twitter, Lolita Alonzo Twitter page, and we're on Facebook as well.
Great. Well, it was a pleasure having you on our show today and all your beautiful models.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Okay, and I look forward to having you here, and I would like to just highlight you and just see more. I mean, I'm just blown away with this. And I don't think I got, how long have you been a seamstress and a designer?
Wow. It's been at least about 15 years.
15 years?
Yes.
Well, I would have gave you some more years because your fashion's absolutely
Thank
beautiful.
you. Thank you.
So
Thank
once
you.
again, it was nice. It was a pleasure, ladies, and I look forward to seeing you guys again.
Definitely.
Thank you.
so much.
Thank you.
Our next designer is, Our next designer is Alon Michael Bigniti.
From Lifestyle Influencer.
Nice to meet you, sir. Right now we have like the swimwear for Billy. This is an over, Billy. It's come from UK. Release the movement. Release the movement. Just this is the influencer. You wear like the white jacket. You wear like a white jacket with a strip for the boat. This is the marine line. This is another marine line. This is a dreamer. This is another building. This is kid. This is underwear. Those are the cuts for the people who have a big leg, big thigh. This is the other swimwear. The Central Bay. And this is the top model David McIntosh from UK, who wear the underwear, the Billy. He represents the face of Billy. Billy was presented the waistband of the underwear. Is it made from the bamboo cotton, the silk bamboo cotton. The entire collection was made as a movement to influence the luxury collection that was the aim.
Very nice.
Yes, that was it. Yes, that was it.
So did you design? Alon, could you tell us what started this movement and the Billy movement with your fashions?
April, thank you for inviting me to this magnifique
Oh, you're
event.
so welcome.
Okay, so the movement of Billy starts on 2007,
Mhm.
and I just want to be an inspiration for the youth.
Okay, could you explain to our audience, excuse me, what Billy represents, what it stands for?
Billy stands for Because I Love You. From fashion model to role models is another way for me to give back to the community, create a movement where all the youth can see themselves as a lifestyle influencer for the older youth people who doesn't have a chance to have like an older brother or to get inspired for somebody.
Okay. And now if I have this right, now the ones that are standing here with us tonight, now these are the representatives of Billy.
The Billy normally are seven identity, seven principal Billy in the line.
Mhm.
They're all over the world. So as much I travel from Paris to Africa to UK, I try to just have some of them to follow the movement. So we have like the main representative of Billy, as you can see, David McIntosh from UK. And we
Hello
have
there.
like
Nice to see you again.
okay. And you have Keith Ferrer, which won all our high profile around like the Europe. He's
Mhm.
the Asian African. So he's here also native, he's from Atlanta.
Mhm.
And we have like the other two from Atlanta as the Jay and Adams.
It's nice to meet all of you guys. Definitely eye candy for the ladies.
Did you design all from the swimming trunks to the underwear? This is your design?
Yes, all what they wear here are my design. This is a collection for the summer. To just even avant taste, as they say, avant-goût, avant taste of what I'm going to present at the fashion show with you that you guys going to host on the Wednesday. So just we have the swimwear and the underwear, but we're going to present the full collection on Wednesday.
Okay, and just so our viewers will know, Alon will be here this Wednesday. What was the time?
We open the door at 6:30 and the show starts at 7:30.
Okay, and what will the viewers be able to see, or the people that come here? You are going to showcase what?
I'm going to showcase a new kind of line called Mesomorphic Ethnic. That's a new style that I create for the kind of athlete who have like the fit guys. We know most of the in the luxury industry we not very represent because like big black guy have big thighs, they do sports, you know, and sometimes you want to wear very sophisticated and they don't have no gene for you. So mesomorphic mean only athletic, is about like the leg. For the sport, people who go into the fitness, that's why all my models are not necessarily skinny model, but they're more athletic, they're more healthy. And what they're going to present, we're going to see here, is going to be a full collection for the Billy of the summer. So it's going to be short, a t-shirt and dress shirt.
Okay.
And where can our viewers contact you or follow you or inbox you to get more information about maybe?
We're gonna launch after the first. Actually, I choose this exclusive venue as a Future Vision because it fit perfectly with my brand. Because Billy is a future program, so I will honor it to be invited here by you guys, April and Tesha, to present this show. So I think that after here, I'm gonna officially tell them where they can find all the line. So they're more than welcome to come to see the Mesomorphic hero here.
Okay, very good. I am looking forward to seeing you this Wednesday and seeing what you're going to bring. Gentlemen, you look fabulous.
Enjoy the show.
We enjoyed the show.
I'm gonna make something available, like some of the cards for the people who want to go to our website to follow us, www.fanyidi.com. It's kind of difficult to hear, but it will be about FAGNIDI, FAGNIDI.com.
Very good.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now we're going to introduce the young man, Ninospi.
He's going to do a single for us today, Niti Na'a.
Okay, that's a mouthful.
Are you doing good?
Yes.
Because my name is Ninospi. When I first came, I saw you guys were really quiet, but this is my song, and I don't have a microphone, so they don't play the song. We're going to show some love. If you know the song, you sing along with me, and if you don't know, you're going to learn, all right? All right. You ready to do this? Yes. All right. Drop the song right now. Let's do it. You ready? Let's go. Turn it up a little bit. Let's get to the plan.
Started out young with some rank and some potential. It started as a game, now it's deep, kind of mental. I started from the bottom, I took it straight to the top now. I told you this is mental, so do not get your blood clot. Medulla cerebellum, cerebralistic chemistry. I can write forever to make it short, I say infinity. Mind to the mouth, to the vocal, to the tongue. 6503, T-Nice number 1. On the microphone, I move the crowd like gelatin. If I ain't for having bones, I'll be a Siamese skeleton. How many bones is it in the human body? And if I wanted to break them, do I have to know karate? Complicated like a maze, thinking twice is a phrase. Thank God that I'm saved. On the mic, I amaze myself. I'm a veteran. Freestyle, I'm better than. More wise in the right book, more words than David Letterman. I feel the way I feel because I feel the way I deal. What doesn't take for me to you to let you know I'm real. I'm pumped like a tire, like a singer, I have vocals. My stuff may be long distance, but it all started local. I pimp another step because I pepper step to learning. Y'all heard of King James, but that was T-Nice's version.
Nice.
Yeah.